Assalamu alaikum everyone. Because this is the next part topic of our unit 10b. This is bar line and line graph. We have done different types of um, bar and chart presentation. Then we studied about frequency chart and frequency table and the pictogram. So next we are going to study and see what is the difference between bar and a line graph. As it is obvious with the name that this is represented in the form of bar. Bar graph is used to show comparison between two or more things. This we have studied before. It compares two things, like for example we line up the favorite fruits, for example. So for fruits are compared with each other, that which one is the most favorite. So we are comparing two or more things with each other. In the line graph, it is showed in the form of a line, and it shows a continuous change over time. Line graph is always compared and shows the changes that occur over time. Now there are many changes that are continuous. For example, change in age, change in the height and weight of children, change of distance if somebody is moving on. So there is a continuous change, there is no breaks between them. For example, if today you are 10 years old, it is not possible that tomorrow you will be 11. No, tomorrow you will be 10 years and 1 day old. Next day you will be 10 years and 2 days old. So there is a gradual change as each day is passing by. Now you can see at this bar graph, it is obviously, you can see that there are some bars drawn over here, and there are some distance between these bars. There are some spaces. Okay, this is important to understand. These bars are equally distant from each other. There is equal space between them. Okay. Now in this example, you can see there it is comparison of classes are been done from class 5 to class 9, that how many students or girls are in each class. So there is no need of a continuous change. We have just a number of students of each class, and we are comparing that which class has the highest number and which class has the lowest number. So we can see that here class 9 has the highest number, and it is the mode of data also, because we have studied mode of data is what? The most frequently occurring value. So here it is 40. Now in bar graph, on the x-axis you will find numbers, and on the y-axis you will find the data you want to collect about. Here we were comparing classes, so we plotted on the x-axis. Now look at this line graph. It is represented in the form of line, and lines are not on the in the form of bars. There is continuous line that is starting from 30, then connecting 2 points together, then next 2 points and next 2 points, then going up, and then it is decreasing. This line graph is actually showing the temperature. Okay, so temperature over what we are comparing, and we are reading the temperature from January to December. These are the months, and these are different temperatures that you can see on the x-axis. Now in the line graph, lines are used to connect different data points. So these are different data points. On January it is temperature was 30, in February it is 40, in March it is 50, April it is 60. So temperature is gradually increasing, and this line is connecting 2 points together. That is why it is called as a line graph. It is not used to show frequency, it is not used to show comparison. Rather, it just gives you the gradual change that is occurring over time. In the line graph, the the y-axis shows the data. Data means the temperature that we are reading, and x-axis is shows the time over the year. For example, here months is there, so this is the time that has passed by, and this is the data we want to collect about the temperature. Now let's see what is the difference between these two new words, discrete data and continuous data. Now why we are discussing these two datas here? Because continuous data is represented in the form of line graph, and discrete data is represented in the form of bar chart or pie or frequency tables. So there can be some gaps between them. Understood? For discrete data. So in the first one, meaning is obvious. Discrete data shows clear spaces between values, as I have shown you in the previous slide as well. And you can see this on this number D here. You can see distances between these bars. So it is obvious with the word, it is a discrete data. There are breaks, there are gaps between the spaces. In continuous data, there is no space between them, no gaps. It is a continuous sequence, as you can see in this figure C. Okay, now next difference is that discrete data you can count. Yes, you can count, and they are in the form of whole numbers. You can count easily. The number of girls, the number of objects, the number of toys, the marks that you score in your test, and so on. But continuous data, no, it does not count actually. So what does it do? Can we measure discrete data? No, we cannot measure, but we can measure continuous data, like measurement of temperature, measurement of length, measurement of height, measurement of weight, measurement of speed of some car, and so on. So these are actually the measurements, and these can be shown in the decimal numbers, like uh, 21.5 degrees Celsius makes sense, right? But 21.5 girl or a boy does not make sense. Isn't it so? Now, graphically presentation for discrete data, we use bar charts, pie charts, and frequency tables. Okay, because it has limited numbers, it has some limited amount of information, and it can be represented like this. But in the form of in case of continuous data, we use line graph. For example, temperature will never end, it is never ending. The change of temperature will keep on going unless and until we want to stop it. Okay, now the examples for the discrete data are number of students, shoe sizes, marks or scores in maths, or choosing the favorite fruit that we have done before, the favorite color, and so. And in the next continuous data, measuring temperature during the day, the height of children, the weight of children, speed of cars, distance that we cover. These all are the examples of the continuous data. Now you can see two examples here, discrete data and continuous data. First example, we have tried to put this discrete data in the cars that are sold at the cost is given here on this point. Now it is saying 20,000, 40,000, 50, 60,000, and 80,000, and number of cars that are sold. So 1, 2, 3, 4, it means that the number of cars that are sold here are is 1, 2 at the cost of 40,000, 3 at the cost of 60,000. Now if we draw a line and try to connect them, so what about this point? It is showing 1.5. So 1.5 car does not make sense. So this will be represented in the form of only a bar, like this, like this. Okay. Now coming to the continuous data. The number of pounds, here it is the weight of grapes that is sold. So 1 pound is sold at the cost of 3. Uh, then there is 1.5 is possible. 2 is 2 pound is sold at the cost of 6, maybe it's a pound or a dollar, whatever the price is here. 3 pounds at the cost of 9. Now if you connect the lines, this point here, 1.5 pounds makes sense, that 1.5 is going to have some cost. So let's see what is the cost. So it is lying between 3 and 5, so it is around 4.5. All right, so there are some the information that can be represented only in the form of continuous or in line graph, and there is some information that can only be represented in the form of bar graph. Okay, thank you so much.